Hello, we're going to be getting started soon, but just giving everybody some time to successfully come in and set themselves up and all of that. So we'll be starting soon. Get yourself situated with a mat or a towel. So if you're just coming in, we will be getting started soon. Please give yourself time to set yourself up, get yourself situated. If you don't have a yoga mat, please feel free to use a towel. That should be fine, or you could even get away without using anything at all. So just get yourself set up. So again, if you're just coming in, we still have a few minutes before we're going to officially get started, but please feel free to set yourself up, situate yourself, get yourself ready. And again, if you don't have a yoga mat, don't worry. You can use a towel or you can just use nothing at all. Totally fine. All right, so we're just basically at that time. So thank you so much for joining me this morning. I am very excited to be able to have this program via the internet. So mega thanks to Somerset County Library Systems for setting this up and making this event still happen and happen weekly for this month. So that's super exciting. My name is Jacqueline. I am a yoga instructor, and for this class this morning, you do not need to have any yoga experience. So if you're new to the practice, please don't worry, just come in with an open mind. Do the best that you can, and if you need a break, just take a break. So it's perfectly fine for you to stop if you need to stop and rest and jump back in when you feel ready. Also, at the end of class in the chat, I'll leave the video running just for a couple of extra minutes in case anybody has any questions. And I also will input my information in case anyone at a later time would like to reach out to me or is interested in discovering a little bit more about yoga. So I am available for that. I want to make sure too that if there are any issues, so if you can't hear me or something, please don't be shy about typing that into the chat. I can't see exactly what is written, but if something comes up and I see stuff coming up, I will come over to the screen and just make sure that there aren't any technical issues going on that I can fix in the moment. So again, my name is Jacqueline. I thank you so much for joining me this morning. We are going to be going through a basic yoga practice. If you are a little more proficient and you have at home with you props like yoga blocks or strats, please feel free to incorporate them as you need. I'm going to be going through the class without using any props, just because most people don't have those at home, but feel free also to get creative. So sometimes a good substitute for a yoga block might be a shoebox or something like that. So you can get creative, but again, I will be showing everything without props just because most of us don't have those at home. So we are going to get started. I'm just going to glance over real quick, so please don't mind me approaching and want to make sure. Okay, looks like we have some maybe issues with people getting onto the video. The good news is, if anybody you know was trying to access this stream and they could not, we are going to be leaving it up so you can replay the video at another time. So hopefully if there are any issues on that end, you will be able to access the video at another time that's convenient for you, or in case somebody couldn't get on for this exact moment. All right. So that being said, let's sit up nice and tall. So root through your seat. And here too, if this is not a comfortable position and you, like me, or maybe in your living room or something, and you have a pillow, feel free to sit up onto a pillow, sit on the edge of a blanket or towel, something like that will help to maybe bring more comfort into this position. But regardless, whether you're on something or not, you want to root down through your sit bones. Lengthen your spine, take the shoulders up and back, draw the head back, and gently close your eyes or take a soft downward gaze. Relax the face muscles, unclench the teeth, keep the tongue away from the roof of the mouth. And allow the mind to quiet as you bring your attention and your focus to your breath. Very gently, without much added effort, begin to deepen the breath, moving into diaphragmatic or belly breathing. So as you inhale, feel the belly rise and expand. And as you exhale, the belly button draws back toward the spine. Inhale, belly rises and expands and inflates like a balloon. And exhale, the belly button draws back. Feel free to stick with this belly breathing. If you'd like, on your next inhale, draw the breath up a little higher. So the belly rises and expands, then the mid chest and the ribs expand. And you exhale from the mid chest, belly button draws back. And then if it's comfortable, on your next inhale, draw the breath up even higher, moving into the full three-part yogic breath. The belly rises and expands, then the mid-chest, then all the way up into the upper chest, just underneath the collarbones. And you exhale from the collarbones down into the mid-chest, belly button draws back. So nice, slow, full, and deep breaths. So we breathe from bottom to top, and the exhale is from top to bottom. Whether you're just breathing into the belly or if you're taking the breath all the way up into the upper chest. Allow the breath to be smooth and even, and you can always help to keep yourself focused by counting the breaths. So maybe inhaling for 3 to 6 breaths, exhaling for the same amount. And 2 more breaths. After your second exhale, just allow the breathing to return to normal. Keep the mind calm and the face relaxed. And take the hands, bring them together in front of the heart. Take a nice breath in. Exhale, let it all the way out. Turn the eyes down toward the heart. Release the hands, gently flicker the eyes open, and bring the head up to center. So take the legs, extend them out in front of you, and gently rub the hips and knees. And circle the ankles in both directions. And point the toes, flex the feet. Point and flex, and one at a time. Good, so let's come to hands and knees, so tabletop position. And you wanna bring the hands shoulder width at least, and if you have a mat, maybe consider going mat width distance apart. Spread the fingers. Try to get equal distance between the fingers. Make sure that the hands are essentially straight, but you might wanna go slightly turned out with the fingers. You want the elbow creases of your arms to face each other. So this just means that we are not locking out at the elbow and hyperextending there, but rather we're keeping a purposeful softness at the elbow to maintain safety and stability in that joint and to encourage the muscles of the arm to engage. Your back is nice and flat, abdominal muscles are engaged here. Tuck the toes under for a little bit more power and more stability in this posture. So from here, actively hug in toward the center. Keep your head in line with the spine, connect to the breath. From here, we'll move into cat and cow to bring some movement into the spine. So as you inhale, the belly lowers, tailbone lifts, head comes forward. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, round the back, and look back at your thighs. Inhale, belly lowers, tailbone lifts, head comes forward. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, round the back, and look back at your thighs. So continue with this, take it at your own pace. You want to move with your breath here. So you're just allowing your breath to take you in and out of each pose. As you start to get warmer, don't be shy about really allowing your spine to dance here. And let's take two more nice full cat and cows. And on your second exhale, when your back is rounded, come back to that flat back position in tabletop. And when you're back in tabletop, check in with your foundation. So you just want to check to make sure that nothing changed. However, if it did, that's okay. Readjust and let it go. From here, take a step back with the knees. As you rise up off the mat a little bit, do the action of your feet dragging toward each other, but knees stay in line with the ankles. Press even stronger into the hands like you were trying to push the mat out from underneath you. And slowly lift the hips, straighten or go towards straight with the legs. As you come into a downward facing dog, if the backs of the legs are tight, take your feet wider. Now, sometimes that's not enough. So if you have very, very tight hamstrings, so much so that you're feeling like you look like this and your back is not opening up and you're not getting that upside down V position, what you want to do is practice your down dog with bent knees. So bending the knees frees up a lot of space. And in a downward facing dog, it is more important to have your spine elongated than to have your legs straight. The legs straight might come over time. And then if you're more or less comfortable in your dog, you may gently walk the dog. So bend one knee and lower the opposite heel and just go nice and slow here. And if you're walking the dog, return to center and stillness. Take a quick peek back at your feet. You want to make sure your feet are straight. When your feet are straight, your heels are hidden behind the toes. Then your head should be in line with the spine after you've checked on your feet. From here, walk your feet forward, coming to Uttanasana, standing forward fold. So your hips are over your knees, knees right over ankles, knees are soft. Fingertips lightly touching on your own legs, on a block or box or whatever you might have, or perhaps the floor if available. Avoid rounding and slumping in your upper back and shoulders. Inhale, lengthen the center of the chest. So it's this idea like the heart is trying to shine forward. And exhale, draw back. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale and fold. Press strongly through the feet. Bring hands to the hip creases, elbows, shoulders, and head lift. And inhale, we come up to Tadasana or standing mountain pose. In this pose, the feet face straight forward. Sit bone width distance apart with the feet. So that's a little bit more narrow than hip width. Knees are soft. The shins hug toward each other. Tailbone draws down. Shoulders up and back. Rib cage in, palms out. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, the arms lower. Inhale and lift. Exhale, arms lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, strong legs, long spine as you fold forward. Fingertips lightly touch somewhere. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and fold. Bend the knees. Bring hands next to feet. Take a nice big step back with your left leg. Lower the knee down. So you come into a low lunge. Your right knee is at 90 degrees directly over the ankle. If you have a block or something like a block, you can slide it under your thigh to bring your fingertips onto, or if necessary, you can bring your hands to your thigh if you need a little bit more lift and more space. Otherwise, your fingertips are framing the foot, and front foot, back knee are dragging toward each other to strengthen the legs and support and protect the hips. From here, step back to plank. So in plank, just like tabletop, elbow creases of the arms face each other. There's a lift to the belly, a slight lift to the legs. Gently lower the knees down. So we're in a modified plank. And I will let everybody know that modified, that word, is not synonymous with weaker. So just make sure that you choose rather the best option for you. So knees are down, behind the hips, abdominals are working, arms are strong. Take your knees down, plank. Okay, listen carefully and maybe even watch before you do. And move yourself forward, which is not down. You're just sliding forward. Then elbows bend. You lower your heart, but not your belly button for a modified chaturanga. You come all the way down. That move is hard, so if you're new, don't worry. Untuck the toes and slide forward, up, and back into a baby or low cobra. For a cobra, your feet press down, your tailbone draws toward your feet, and you engage your shoulder and upper back muscles. Tuck the toes, maybe come through the knees, lift the hips, downward facing dog, and you breathe here. Now you want to step your left foot forward between the hands. It might not make it there on the first shot, but please get it there. Get your foot up, drag it, hoist it, whatever you got to do. Right knee gently lower. So now we're in that low lunge on the other side. Your left knee directly over the ankle. Front foot and back knee are doing the action of dragging toward the center so that you engage stronger through the legs. Check in with your breathing. Make sure you're relaxed through your face, your jaw, your eyes even. And from here, let's step back to plank. Knees gently lower, no strength lost through the core. Arms are strong, back long and straight. Take your plank, move it forward. Elbows bend, they shave the sides of your body, shoulders away, then come all the way down. Untuck the toes, slide forward, up, and curl back. Cobra, feet pressed, tailbone lengthen, squeeze shoulder blades, tuck the toes, press back to downward facing dog, and you breathe here. Walk the feet forward, coming to standing forward fold, Uttanasana. Knees soft, inhale, lengthen the center of the chest, and exhale, fold, press through the feet. Bring hands to hip creases, elbows, shoulders, and head lift. Inhale and come up. Reach the arms. Exhale, arms lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, strong legs, long spine as you fold forward. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and fold. Bend the knees, hands next to feet. Left leg steps back. This time, if you're able, keep the knee lifted, but you can absolutely revisit that low lunge with the knee coming down if you need to. So if your knee is lifted, now both feet are dragging toward each other versus front foot and back knee. Now it's the feet in general, tightening up and strengthening through the muscles of the legs. Gaze forward, abs strong, step back to plank. So for those of you who are new, I recommend sticking with a knees down plank and sticking with moving into chaturanga with knees down. If you are experienced, you can absolutely stay with the knees lifted. And from here, knees down or up, chaturanga, that's that lowering movement. We always move forward first to protect the shoulders, elbows hug in, and then we find cobra, the height of your cobra. Doesn't matter, it's more about feeling strong through your back and feeling like you're maintaining the space between the vertebra. Tuck the toes, press back, downward facing dog, and you breathe. And we're gonna bring left foot forward between the hands, right knee stays lifted if you're able. Feet drag toward each other. Heart is open, shoulders back. Face soft. And we step back to plank. So you want to create a sense of lift for your plank. So whether your knees are down or not, you're going to feel as though you're lifted up off the mat, not sinking into it. From here, knees down or up, chaturanga, we move forward first, elbows close to the sides of the body like a tricep push-up, and then we move into cobra, feet press, tailbone lengthen, shoulders back, and press back to downward facing dog. Breathe. Bend the knees, puff up in your lower back. Look up toward the hands. Walk or maybe jump forward to Uttanasana, standing forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, fold. Press through the feet. Bring hands to the hip creases. Inhale, come up and reach arms. Exhale, arms lower. Good. So turn and take a wide stance on your mat. Wide meaning basically your wingspan if possible. Perhaps not out to fingertips, but from wrists straight down should find the ankle. Unless of course that doesn't feel safe, then you can go a little more narrow. But you'll notice I am almost taking up my entire mat, and I'm not necessarily a tall person. I'm about 5'4", so that gives you any sort of assistance in terms of how wide apart your feet should be. So you're gonna take your right foot and turn it so the toes are facing toward the right here. Your feet drag toward each other, so you're just strengthening throughout the legs. Inhale, take your arms out. As you exhale, bend your right knee. So we're coming into a warrior two. Knee is over the ankle. It tracks to the right. Your shoulders are right over your hips. You can look forward or over your right hand. Breathe. You want to find a smooth and even breath here. Press strongly through the feet. Inhale, straighten the leg. Exhale, arms lower, and we'll switch. So right foot turns, left toes now turn out. Feet are dragging toward each other, arms out, breathe in, breathe out as you bend your left knee, knee over ankle, knee tracks to the left, shoulders over hips. Soften the face. Press through the feet, inhale, straighten the leg, exhale, arms lower, and once more, we'll turn right toes out, left toes slightly in. Hands come to the hip creases. Feet drag toward each other as you exhale over your right thigh. You're going to take your right forearm and place it gently, not leaning, onto your thigh. Draw that shoulder back. Left hand can stay at hip crease, drawing the shoulder way back, or if available, you may reach your left arm forward. Plug the shoulder. Keep the arm plugged as you slide it overhead. So this is extended side angle or Parsvakonasana. You do not want to allow yourself to C shape. So if you feel that happening, if you feel a stretch along your left side, this is not good. You want to eliminate that stretch. So tuck the ribs in. Press strongly through the feet. Inhale and come up. Exhale, release, and we'll switch. Turn the right toes in, left toes out. Hands to hip creases, feet drag toward each other. As you exhale, bend the left knee, send energy into the right leg. Not everything is about this left leg. We do need the support of the right leg here. Engage your abs, lengthen torso. Left forearm lightly to the top of the thigh, hand active like you're holding a tray. Right hand can stay here, or reach, plug, slide. Focus your breath. You want your heart to open. And slowly come up. Turn the toes in, heel toe, or step the feet closer together. Bring your feet all the way. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, hands together. They come down in front of the heart as you send your hips back and down, coming into Utkatasana or chair pose. So you want to make sure that you're sitting back essentially so you don't push your knees forward and push your hips forward. If you look down, you should be able to see your toes. Little tone through the belly just so your back isn't arching nor significantly rounded, but more or less neutral like in a tabletop. More weight in the heels. Your thighs at this point should definitely be burning, glutes as well. But you put a smile on, and then you're able to be in the pose that much longer. Press through the feet in. Wide once more. Right foot turns. Left toe slightly in. Now, we're setting up for triangle pose or Trikonasana. So there is a micro bend at your right knee. What does that mean? That means the leg is straight, but it is not over straight. See what I just did there? That is hyperextended. It should look a bit frightening to you. Hopefully it does. So you want to find that softening behind the knee so that you can protect your knee. Track your knee toward the right. Your feet drag toward each other. Arms come out, palms forward, and then lengthen and gently allow your right fingertips to touch somewhere on your leg lightly, because we do want to use the abdominals and the leg strength more so than anything else. So lightly touching. You might be using a block, so feel free to touch there, or you might be able to access the floor. Down, draw the shoulder back. So make sure you're breathing. This pose is about expansion. So this feeling of opening up, feeling as though you can fill a room from every which way. Press strongly through the feet. Use your leg strength, use your core strength to draw yourself up and arms down, and we'll switch. So right toes turn in, left toes turn out. Left foot is grounded evenly, softening behind this left knee. feeling your left thigh muscles really working. Feet are still going to drag toward each other, even in a straight-legged pose. Take your arms out, palms forward, and lengthen. And can you keep this space? If at any point you feel you're losing that, then I encourage you to reset and maybe don't go as deep. Again, it's not about the depth. In this pose, we tend to lose sight of that. We think that we have to be at the floor, we have to be really deep into the posture, but that's not the case here. Again, it's just about the expansion, allowing yourself to take up space and to give your breath easy access to move throughout the body. It doesn't get stuck anywhere like how water might get stuck or not flow through a hose that is kinked or has a knot in it. You don't want to create a knot. Press strongly through the feet, engage the legs, engage the abs, slowly come up and arms release. Turn the toes in, heel toe or step the feet closer together. Stand tall in mountain pose, feet forward, knees soft, draw the tailbone down, shoulders back. Take your arms up. As you exhale, soften the shoulders away from the ears. Stay grounded through your feet, take a breath in. Exhale, gently side bend to the right. So you're keeping the weight in the feet even. In fact, I want you to think about your left foot more so than your right. So you don't send everything into that right foot. And inhale up. Exhale, gently over to the left. Thinking more about the right foot perhaps. Inhale up. Exhale, back over toward the right. Doesn't matter how far you go, try to keep the distance between the hands the same as when you stand tall. Inhale up. So we're working a little bit through the obliques, the side abdominals, and exhale over. And inhale up and exhale, the arms release. Let's take the feet wide once more. However, this time, all 10 toes forward, and if anything, slightly in, ever so slightly in, it's almost not noticeable. Hands come to hip creases, feet drag toward each other. What does that mean? It's just this action as though they were going to meet the mat or the floor stops that from happening, right? But it doesn't stop the energy. It doesn't stop the muscles from engaging appropriately. Take a breath in. Exhale. Begin to hinge. Folding forward, coming into a wide-legged forward fold. You may stop when you need to. That might look like this. You might touch on your leg somewhere. You might be on a block or box, or you might be able to easily bring your hands or fingers to the floor. Here's the thing with this pose. Make sure that you avoid sending all your energy into your heels and sending your hips back, but rather you bring some more energy forward toward the toes. You keep your knees from locking, and you keep your hips in line with your feet versus behind your feet. No judgment here, no expectation. Just breathe acceptance into your fold, whatever it looks like. Relax the jaw. Come up maybe about halfway. Allow your feet to start to come in. When you feel safe, then you can make your way up to stand. And we'll prepare for a balance pose. We're going to do tree pose. So root through your right foot and make sure your foot is straight, evenly grounded. Your knee is straight, not locked. Lift your left heel, keeping your toes down. Open your knee to the side. Here's the thing. This right here with your left toes down, this is still a tree pose. This can be it for you today, especially if balance is a concerning factor. This can be your tree. If you'd like, you may lift the foot to the ankle, to the calf. We do not put the foot on the knee joint in any way. So we have to be very clear of it, below or possibly above. No expectation. Muscular energy. Foot presses to leg simultaneously presses back into the foot. Draw your tailbone down, pull your belly in, shoulders back. Hands can be low. So the closer your hands and arms are to your body, the more stable or manageable the balance is. When you start to take the arms further, it becomes a lot more challenging to balance. There is no judgment here. There is no one place you have to be. Remember, there are all different types of trees out there in the world. So the same, and that is perfectly wonderful. It helps to look at something that's not moving, by the way. So if you're easily able to see me on whatever device you're using, you probably don't want to look at me because I am definitely waving in the wind a little bit. One more breath. Exhale, release the arms, release the foot. We will try the other side. So root strongly through your left leg. So your foot is straight, your knee is soft. You come onto your right toes, allow your knee to open. This can be your treat today. Perfect. Or, depending on how you feel and you are today in terms of your balance, in terms of what makes sense for your body. Draw tailbone down, shoulders back, and you make a smart choice for your arms. One more breath. Exhale, release the arms, release the foot. Awesome. Circle the ankles out, shake out the legs, and then find the top of your mat once more. Coming into Tadasana or standing mountain pose, feet forward, knees soft, arms rise. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold, bend the knees, hands next to feet. Step back into either child's pose or downward facing dog. If you're unfamiliar with child's pose, it looks like this. Your knees are down, your toes, or your big toes, I should say, together, and you're here. Wherever you are, just breathe. If you need a drink, now's a good time maybe to take one. One more breath. And then as you exhale, come to hands and knees, tabletop position. Back is long and straight. We're going to work a bit on spinal balance, so just a little bit more balancing. Extend the right arm and the left leg, or just the left leg if doing both is a little bit too much in this moment. You want to pull the belly button up toward the spine. Flex your left foot. Right palm is in. Crown of head lengthened forward. Breath in. Exhale, gently place hand and knee down. Switch sides, right leg, left arm. So you're very long here. You want to imagine like you can balance a tray of tea on your back. And gently release. We'll do one more each side. Take your time, focus your breath. Keep your eye gaze slightly forward and down. And release. Last time. And gently release. Come into a child's pose. Breathe smoothly here. And we're gonna shift forward and come down onto the stomach. If you are wanting a little bit more strength work here in this moment, you can visit plank and then slowly come into chaturanga and then all the way down, or you just get down onto your belly. So you want to have your forehead down, lengthen the legs back behind you. I like to lift one leg at a time once to feel as though I'm a little bit longer. Hands alongside the chest, about an inch away, fingertips well behind shoulders, elbows point straight back. Press down through the feet. Lengthen your tailbone toward the heels. Make like you're going to hold a pencil between your shoulder blades, and inhale, gently lift head and chest. So we're in Bhujangasana or Cobra pose. Now, we did Cobra pose before, but it was part of the sequence. When we remove it from the sequence, it definitely feels different. I like to think of them as two different poses. There's Cobra on its own, and then Cobra as part of a sequence. You want to slowly release. So the secret here to a good strong Cobra is the stronger you press your feet down into the floor, the more you lengthen the tailbone toward the heels, the stronger your back will get. What does that equate to? A stronger back will bring more flexibility into your body and your back, but in such a way that you are reducing greatly any risk of injury. So really press the feet, draw the tailbone down, squeeze the shoulder blades, hold that imaginary pencil, and then gently lift. Notice the breath. Try not to hold the breath here. Slowly lower. We'll do one more. Press the feet, lengthen the tailbone, squeeze the shoulder blades, and gently lift. Slowly lower down. Make a pillow with the hands. Breathe. And let's turn over. So you're going to come onto your back. Bend the knees, feet flat. They face straight forward, and ankles are basically 90 degrees down from the knees. Bend the elbows, your palms face each other, fingertips up toward the ceiling. Root through the feet, root through the shoulders, press into the back of the head. Inhale, and lift the hips, coming into bridge pose or Setubhana Sarvandasana. You keep your chin away from the chest. You keep your knees in line with the ankles. More energy comes onto your shoulders here. Breathe smoothly. Slowly lower down. We'll do that again. Press through the feet, root through the shoulders. Inhale, the hips rise. If you want a little bit more, you're going to lift the heels, coming onto your toes. Notice the breath. Exhale, slowly lower down. More bridge. Press through your feet.
Inhale, the hips rise. Energy spilling onto shoulders, chin away from chest. Maybe your heels lift. One more breath. Exhale, slowly lower down one vertebra at a time. And then flex the feet, interlace the hands, and press out through the palms. And gently release. Reset by bending the knees, feet flat. Cross your right ankle over your left knee, flex your right foot, encourage your knee to open. So we're making basically a figure 4 position here. Upper body is totally relaxed. Maybe you even close your eyes. If you notice your knee is kind of pulling in towards your face, you can, if it's comfortable, gently push it away. Just make sure you are continuing to flex the foot. The reason we do that is to keep the knee safe. If you'd like a little bit more intensity, you're going to lift the toes and the ball of the left foot up, keeping the heel down. And again, upper body very relaxed, not involved here other than just being completely grounded on the floor. One more breath. Exhale, gently release, and we'll switch. Left crosses over right. You might notice a big difference between both sides. This is totally normal. Flex the foot, encourage the knee to open. Relax the jaw. Again, maybe you close your eyes. If you want more, lift the ball of the right foot up. One more breath. Exhale, gently release. You feel like another full body stretch. Go ahead. And then take your time in turning yourself over and come into either child's pose or downward facing dog, just returning length to the spine. One more breath. And as you exhale, make your way into a seated position. Extend your left leg straight out. Bend your right knee. And I want you to anchor the right, then the left sit bone. Left leg is very strong here. Foot is flexed. Heel presses down. Take your left hand alongside you. Draw the right arm up. Turn toward the foot a little bit. And as you exhale, start to lengthen forward. Here's the thing, when you can't go anymore, then that's it. Just allow your arm to relax, take the shoulder back. There's no expectation. It doesn't matter how far you go here, but rather, are you feeling the energy in your left leg? Are you maintaining your long spine? And this means the sides of the body, it means the back as well. Maybe close your eyes. Sometimes erasing the visual can be helpful so that we don't wind up moving into a place of strain. Send the breath to the back of the left leg. Press down through the leg, inhale and come up, and we'll switch, extend the right leg, bend the left knee, anchor the left, then the right side. Right leg is strong, heel presses, foot flexed, fingertips alongside. Left arm comes up, turn toward the foot, exhale, gently lengthen forward. Again, when you can't go anymore, that's where you stop. Draw the shoulder back, keep the head back as well. Right leg maintains its energy. Smooth breaths, maybe close your eyes. And slowly come up. Lift the left knee. Foot can be flat on the inside or, if available, across the right leg. Just make sure you don't rise up off your left sit bone, so you want to be grounded through your seat here. Keep your right leg strong. Left arm comes behind like a second spine. Hug your knee. Find some lift and extra length. And as you exhale, gently twist to the left. Inhale, center, exhale, release. Bend the right knee, foot flat on the inside or across. Left leg strong, right arm behind. Hug the knee, find your lift. Exhale, twist to the right. Be mindful of the breath, make sure it's flowing. Gently release the twist, undo the leg. And then if you want a little extra abdominal strengthening, lower yourself very slowly down onto your back. Of course, this is totally optional. Once you're here, lift the feet and knees, thighs straight up and down. Take your hands to your knees, push the legs away from you so you're grounded at the back of your pelvis. This means that you're on your sacrum, right, and your lower back is protected. Separate feet and knees. If it's comfortable, you can gently rock side to side, moving across the back of the pelvis. Being mindful that we are not trying to rock across our low back, but rather just give ourselves that little pelvic massage. Not everybody is a fan of this, so please feel free to just stay still for a few rounds of breath. And if you're rocking, slowly begin to make your way to stillness once more. Inhale, hug the knees in. Exhale, lower the feet. You might stay here, or you might feel comfortable to take the legs, extend them, allowing the feet to find opposite corners of the mat. Arms come 4 to 6 inches from your body. Palms turn up. Close your eyes as we move into Shavasana, our final relaxation. Allow the front of your body to melt down into the back of your body. The back of your body melts down into the floor. Release any tension you might be holding in any part of your body. Give yourself permission to completely relax. Slowly and gently allow the breath to become deeper. Begin to wiggle the fingers and toes. Let your legs come together. Bend one knee up and then the other. With an exhale, gently roll over onto your right side. Left arm crosses over the body, so you just pause in the fetal position for a couple of breaths. And then use the support of the arm and hand to gently press yourself up. Turn forward and come into a cross-legged seated position. Eyes closed, face soft, spine tall. Bring the hands together in front of the heart. Take a nice breath in. Exhale, let it all the way out. And from my heart to yours, namaste. Thank you all so much for joining me this morning. Again, my name is Jacqueline. I'm gonna leave this video running for maybe 2 minutes or so in case anyone wants to ask any questions. I will happily answer them. I will also in the chat yoga Facebook page as well. But again, any questions, don't be shy. And if you think of a question later, you can always shoot me a message on Facebook if you have Facebook. And then I also hope to see you next Wednesday, same time, same place. And please, if you enjoyed class, let the library know, right? Let us know. We would love to hear the feedback, and also share it with family and friends, anyone who you think might be interested in joining for the remainder of the session. So we're doing this for the rest of the month, every Wednesday morning. Again, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed. And feel free, ask any questions. I'm gonna write my Facebook page. Yep, thank you, Daryl. Thanks for having me. Super appreciate it. All right, I'm going to sign off at this point. If any questions come into your head at any other point and you have a Facebook, just hit me up on Facebook, Yoga with Jacqueline, shoot me a message, or keep it in mind for next week, write it down, make sure you ask me next week before class. Please share away, and this video should be, if all goes well, available for you to watch and stream at your convenience. Take care, everybody.